All the luggage for
See you,
tour.
Jakarta.
First step of the crazy 7-week journey is getting off our little island first.
Island Vibes.
Island Vibes, let's do it. But first, what is Island Vibes? Island Vibes is a new album recorded in collaboration with my love, Richard de Gillies, his old bandmates who are one of Indonesia's biggest reggae bands, Coconut Trees, who've rebranded as Che TTZ, local Gili band S2B Family, Alphonse Freedom, Lawa and Kamga. Many of the tracks were recorded at our home island, Gili Trawangan, and more work done in Jakarta, and even a collaboration track with a producer and artist in Jamaica. So this tour, Island Vibes Reggae Party, is to promote the release of this new album, along with additional artists Conrad Good Vibration and Radit Echo Man, and even more at each of the 10 cities along the tour. This was the first time this has been done in Indonesia like this in the reggae community. So having all these bands performing together on an album as a collaboration, and then doing the live performance with each of these artists doing some of their own songs but all performing together, like, it's just absolutely amazing.
All the families from the island are here too. S2B family, Richard the Gilly is like a big family here. This is like really different also, because in Gili or Lombok we have good also, but here is more professional, on time, more detail about the managing. I just can't wait. It's like what is gonna happen, because it's my first also the biggest stage ever for me. So I'm so excited.
Today is officially the start of Island Vibes tour here in Tangerang. First gig of a 10-city tour.
Nervous and happy.
Yeah.
All together, mix.
The boys have been rehearsing, working so hard the last few days. It's actually a whole week in Jakarta before we even got here. Then we've had the rehearsal, the technical rehearsal, the sound check, and now I think they're ready. And I've been invited along to come and take you behind the scenes. I'll be up close and personal with the artists and the tech crew.
My queen.
And taking some content, so shall we go? Mwah! Let's go! Woo! Island Vibes! When we first arrived, I was really, really nervous. Like, it was pouring with rain. The wind was like blowing pieces of the stage, like decoration all around, and the shields on the side, they were just like flying in the wind. All the alang-alang, which was like the Island Vibe decoration, pieces of that were like upturned, just like completely ruined. It was a pretty nerve-wracking arrival, just like, oh my gosh, I really hope this is going to go ahead, because there's been so much that has gone into this production. And then as we arrived, we actually were told we had to wait in the bus because the rain was so much.
Sini aja dulu sementara, bentaran. Kalau udah aman nanti ke situ lagi.
Really dark, and then even thunder. Okay, they flush already. Cuaca tidak terlalu, masih agak gelap. Hujan, angin. Kita tidak bisa keluar dari bis. Rokok dulu. Jadi, tar dulu dah. Hujan.
So we're just like sitting there in the bus looking out at just like this madness, and all the Vespa community crew had already arrived. They were like getting drenched in the rain. And finally the rain like slowed down a little bit, still very wet, but it was time, we had to get out of the bus. So we got out, and then there was this just like so much excitement, like meeting all the local Vespa community who had all come out to support the reggae community. There's like quite close links there between the Vespa community and the reggae community, which is really lovely to see. So it was like people, at least they were there at the start to be like, okay, well, someone's here. I'm just hoping, I hope people are gonna come, you know, because if it's raining sometimes, I don't know about specifically in Indonesia, but I know in Australia, if it's raining, nobody leaves the house. So yeah, I was pretty nervous at that point. And for me, I was filming with my camera, like this is expensive equipment and it's not waterproof. So I just like had a piece of plastic over the top of my camera and I'm just like trying to film and like capture as much of the excitement as I could. Thank goodness I had a cover for my camera. And now we're just gonna go backstage and see the artists who all ran from the rain. Ayo, let's go. All of a sudden, the excitement had built up in all the artists that as soon as the brass section were warming up, playing some songs, they just started singing and dancing, and we ended up having this like 3 or 4 song sing along with everyone. It was such a special moment.
Amin, amin, dan semoga lebih baik besok lebih baik dari hari ini.
Amin.
Siap, tos dulu. STB Island Reggae Party.
Island Vibes
I was a bit nervous. As soon as the music started, more and more people came in.
Warrior Reggae people, selamat malam Tangerang. Siap hancur malam ini. Ayo tahun baru kita nyanyi sama-sama. Thank you love.
The moment that the band started, like I was standing at the front of house at that time when S2B came out, and that was one of 2 times that I almost cried. I just like had this moment looking up at this stage, seeing my friends come out. Like I feel like I'm gonna cry now talking about it. Like seeing, yeah, like these guys, they play on a small stage most of the time in Gili. Every week they work their guts out, you know, night after night after night performing for the tourists on an island. And then to see these guys on this massive stage, like, oh, it was just like a really proud moment for my friends. So yeah, in that time, I was standing at front of house and I'm just like, okay, don't cry right now. And I just took a moment, took it in, and then went out in the crowd. And that was where the fun started. The crowd were so supportive and they were singing along, they knew every word to S2B's originals. And that like really made me so proud as well to see. And then of course, when Richard came out, seeing him, he had like these fancy new clothes on. All the artists got put in specific primary colors. When he was trying it on in the wardrobe section, I was thinking like, I don't know if I'm gonna dig this. But then when he came out on stage, I was just like, oh my gosh, he looked so good. And yeah, it was really good.
Tepuk tangan buat teman-teman S2B. Semua senang dan semuanya oke. Cheers.
By the end of it, like the whole venue was totally packed. It was awesome. Just seeing the faces on people and people trying to get selfies, like throwing their phones on stage so the artists can take shots on their phones for them. It was a really fun community feeling. You know, I don't think you get that really at mainstream big concerts, but in the reggae community, it's a real close-knit community. And I really loved that. After the show, everyone was so elated. No one even wanted to go back to the hotel yet. We all just hung out there for ages, just celebrating and just like embracing each other for, you know, the work that everyone had put into this. Everyone has worked so hard and I'm just so happy to see the success of this show.